It's your boy Trinity Wolf, and well, here it is, the undefeated hero deck profile that you guys have been waiting for. I went undefeated for you guys in a six round win a box tournament, went undefeated, and well, I can't wait to get ready for this deck profile. But anyway, guys, if you are new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button. We are on the march for 1K subscribers. And well, as you can see, I'm not doing my face cam today. I just wanted to have all the cards in place, and I just didn't really want to feel like editing all that extra stuff. But anyway, let's not go into about that. So beginning with this deck profile, of course, we're going to start off with our monsters. So first off, triple copies of Vision Hero HEROS, of course. Pretty standard for when you're just playing pure hero. You're always going to want to play triple copies of HEROS just so you have your combo starter. And of course, double Vion with the 1 increase. I always love 1 increase. I just bite the bullet if I see it, because I know some people are like, well, if you see it, then everything else is dead. It's like, well, at the same time, I don't want to see this one of. It kills, it just hurts to see it in your hand, and I just prefer to just see it as less times as possible. And with one in my hand, well, with just one playing one, I just feel like there's less chances of seeing it. And onto our Elemental Heroes, we are playing obviously triple copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. Hero Lives is at 3. I don't see why there wouldn't be a reason to not run this card at 3. And then, you know, for those grind games, you can destroy spells and traps. If there's 3 Hero Lives, there's going to be 3 Stratos in my deck. Double copies of Shadow Mist. It's pretty much just always going to be at 2, maybe besides the branded hero build. But pretty much always going to be 2 copies of Shadow Mist in the deck. And obviously our other one was 1 Liquid Soldier, 1 Honest Neos. Honest Neos helps so many times for the OTK, which you guys already know. I was able to take so many games because of Honest Neos, and I'm glad I'm deciding to put him back in the deck. Now on to our massive Destiny Hero package, where so for our big boys, we're playing 1 Destiny Hero Plasma and 1 Dreadmaster. Of course, hopefully everybody's seen the combo video I made already with my Dreadmaster. If I have Fusion Destiny at 3, I'm always going to play the Dominance package, because Destiny Hero Dominance is just a very, very good card. Because if you make Dominance, you're going to be able to make DPE anyway. So why not make Dominance with the Fusion Destiny? Learn what your opponent's deck is turn 1, and then just build your board based on what they're playing against. So I'm always going to go for, if I have 3 Fusion Destiny, I'm going to be playing the Dreadmaster package. And therefore are the big boys 2 Malicious, 1 Decider, 1 Denier, and 1 Dark Angel. And that will wrap it up for our Destiny Hero package. Of course, the Dark Angel for the, you know, spell lock. You already know Denier's our 3rd Malicious. And of course, running Decider again. So that way, because, you know, we're going first, I summon this off Cross Crusader after I do, you know, my Fusion Destiny with Dominance, and then use the Malicious and the Denier to make the cross to summon out the Decider, so I can add a hero back during the end phase. So yeah, and then of course, if Dominance gets destroyed, you can summon Decider back that way too. And that's it for our heroes, and we're just playing 2 copies of Ash Blossom. I'm sorry, I know I had someone in the comments say like, oh, cut the Ash and the deck will be good. I'm sorry, you have to run hand traps. Like, if you're not gonna run a bunch of them, at least run Ash Blossom. Like, you just have to run this card. Like, sometimes like against Live Twins that one game, when he activated the double Cosmic and then the droplet on my board, and I just had the Ash for his 1 card, that gave me the game because he didn't have anything else. So gonna run Ash Blossom, I'm sorry. But that was it for our monsters of the deck. Onto our spell cards now. Of course, triple copies of Hero Lives. I don't know what the debate about is with wanting to cut this card for some reason because of life. I don't know what the deal with that is, but this deck, we need to special summon as many times as we can. I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to go back to the old ways of I normal summon, it gets negated, I pass. No way. I will rather take Half-Life and be able to try to play the game than just baiting on my normal summon or hoping I see HEROS in my hand. And that with being said, more consistently, playing 2 copies of Emergency Call and Reinforcement of the Army. Now, I was figuring, because of the way I have this build, with, you know, the more Destiny heroes in the package, you know, in the deck, going for more consistency cards would help try to, you know, level out the bricks that were in the deck. So double E-Call and 1 reinforcements. I think triple E-Call would be just a little bit too much. So I think the double E-Call with the 1 reinforcement, or you could just do 1 E-Call, Foolish Burial, and a reinforcement. But I think I liked this one better off than the Foolish Burial. Now, of course, we're playing the triple copies of Fusion Destiny. Of course, if we got it at 3, we're definitely going to play this at 3. Definitely see it in my opening hand way more now that we have it at 3. I make dominance with it every single time. And I just cannot believe we finally have this card at 3 again. And also at 3, of course, Mass Change. Dark Law kind of just controls a lot of games, especially against tier elements, or basically any kind of deck that needs their cards to go to the graveyard. I guess except Flunderies. Dark Law doesn't really hurt Flunderies like at all, but Dark Law, definitely a must. And then of course, like I said, I'm always going to play 2 copies of Polymerization and 1 Miracle Fusion. In the grind game, it always helps to have that extra copy in case I don't have access to that Wonder Driver. And basically, it gives my Vion another Polymerization to search. So when I summon the other one, I can get more value off him to dump the Shadow Mist search, and then being able to get another Polymerization off him as well. And of course, 1 Miracle Fusion, because most of the time we only really need Miracle Fusion to resolve once. And then of course, double Pot of Prosperity. I know everyone can't really afford this card, but it is cheaper thanks to the Megatins, and that's probably the only reason I have this card right now. But yeah, this card helped a lot. It let me search for, like, you know, essential cards I needed, like exactly like the Fusion Destiny or the Mass Change, or any of the Floodgates I may have put in the deck for like those following rounds, or even added a Hand Trap that I might needed for those situations to have come. So Pot of Prosperity is definitely a good card. And one thing I've been doing is I would go to my battle phase, then use my Pot of Prosperity, so that way they've already taken their full damage. And it's because, you know, it says because for the rest of the turn, so they could already take all their damage, then you can activate Pot. But anyway, also another 2 of Droplet. Honestly, I'd play 3 if I had 3, but I just have 2. But nonetheless, it worked out as well. So you gotta play Droplet. It's so good because for heroes, we're able to still knock out our opponent with Droplet. 1 Call by the Grave, just because we're combo. We need to stop certain hand traps, or hopefully we see D-Shifter and we can, you know, Call by the D-Shifter so we can, because that card kills us. And onto our traps, double Imperm, double Rivalry of the Warlords, because like I said, if you go first, you know, you see what they're playing, you go for the Dark Angel combo, and then you use your Pot of Prosperity search for our Rivalry, they're just locked out of the game essentially. So yeah, and of course double Imperm just because I really don't like Effect Veiler, because I just like the fact that I can set impermanence and use it during either player's turn. I just don't like that Effect Veiler says during your opponent's turn. So that's it for the main deck, you guys. That was 46 cards in the main, I believe. Now onto our extra deck, of course. I'm gonna start off with our links. Double Cross Crusader, just cause. And if you guys are, I'll actually get to what I'll pay for Prosperity's cost in just a second. So double Cross Crusader, just because I think 2 is just always going to be the perfect number. 1 Wonder, 1 Dread Decimator, obviously for piercing and then getting our fusions back. So 2 copies of Elemental Hero Sunrise and 1 Absolute Zero. So, 2 reasons behind the double Sunrise is 1, for the prosperity, and also 2, when it comes to if I have to recycle Miracle Fusion, the situation of there being the Elemental Hero and 1 Light Monster for like the Shining, because the Shining would be like the most, you know, second helpful Miracle Fusion target other than Escroto, you know, the dark one. I don't really like the dark one that much because he just doesn't really do anything. But yeah, so he doesn't really do much than just get like a small little boost. So I figured I'm gonna have 2 heroes with different attributes more often in the grave than that. And then instead of the, you know, the Sunrise only being, instead of Shining only boosting himself, the second Sunrise I can bring out boosts everybody. Even though I won't get another search for Miracle Fusion, at least he'll be able to boost everyone, and instead of just having 1 card that's big and on the field. And plus the other card for Prosperity is pretty much the reason why double Sunrise. And of course, double Darklaw, MVP of the deck, of course, because Darklaw is just absolutely amazing for this format. I guess the only deck that it doesn't really hurt is, I guess, Runix or, you know, Flunderies. So other than that, Darklaw kind of just craps on everybody else. So double Darklaw, and of course you always have to have the 1-ofs just in case. Blast came up once, Acid never does, but I'll just never cut Acid because it's just like if the situation comes up and you need to destroy your opponent's back row, you're just gonna regret not having the easy out to the deck. So Acid will always be in this deck. And of course, for our Destiny heroes, our King Destiny Hero Dominance, 1 Dystopia and 1 Phoenix Enforcer. Dystopia never came up at all, so he was mostly used for Product Prosperity, but in case of the grind or burn needed to come up in, you know, game 3 for time, he would be there, and I wouldn't use, you know, Product Prosperity for him. But of course, Dominance and Phoenix Enforcer were basically the 2 MVPs of our Destiny heroes as well. And then of course, last but not least, our Vision hero, Trinity. So if you guys are wondering, so it just, for the Product Prosperity, it really just depends. It really just depends on how the game is looking. Like if I'm gonna go first, right? If I'm going first, I'm most likely gonna get rid of Trinity, Dystopia, pretty much I'll get rid of Blast just because, like, if I really don't need the Stratos to, if I'm not worried about Stratos being negated, I'll get rid of Blast. Of course, the 1 Sunrise, so now that's 4. And then if I look at my links, I'm like, well, I'm going first, so I could possibly get rid of my Dread Decimator. And then I might really only need 1 Darklaw to control the game. So it just all depends on, you know, because I always want to go for 6 so I can just get max value of my Product Prosperity. If you guys want to see my side deck, I'll show it to you guys. You know, everything's different every local, so that's I usually do not show this side deck for that main reason, because everybody's locals is different and they're prepared for more different things. But I was pretty prepared for the just regular format with my extra deck, my side deck, sorry. So for our side deck, it was just 3 Nibiru, double Lancia, mostly just for like Flunderies, and just try to not get hit with you know, Dimension Shifter, at least try to stop them at least from being able to banish. The Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclone. Okay, double Cyclone. Dark Ruler no more, just in case we really just need to get rid of their back row. I mean, not back row. If we just really need that board to just be negated. Dark Ruler no more. 2 copies of Super Poly. And then the 3 Super Poly targets. But yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed this hero deck profile, leave a comment down below, smash that thumbs up button, and if you are new to the channel, please destroy the subscribe button. Like I said, we're on the march for our 1K subscribers, and I said it in my box opening, I'm going to be releasing a playmat when we hit 1,000 subscribers. A special edition playmat that I will be selling to you guys here on the channel for, you know, my first loyal 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how many of them I'm gonna print. It just depends on how well they sell. Hopefully I'll get one sent to me first before I, you know, have it to be able to be sold, and then I can see how the quality is, how well I like it, and go from there. But anyway, guys, this is gonna be your boy Trinity Wolf signing out from another awesome deck profile. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next one.